Thank you for watching Lango News channel.
Thank you so much. My name is Sarah Angweri, Female Workers Councillor, Lira City. Also, contestant for Lira City mayoral seat. I'm so much disappointed with how the nomination of presidential candidate was done. Number one, we did not see a single woman nominating herself as a presidential candidate. Moreover, women form 51% of the total population of Uganda. This is very dangerous. Then, two, the entire northern Uganda was not represented. Nobody picked a nomination form. What does it show and what does it tell us? So it means we don't have leaders in northern Uganda. And what are we doing in Uganda? So the national cake for leadership, we are not fighting for it. We are not interested in it. And what could be the reason? So this is not a very good sign for our young generation who are coming. It seems we have only wiseacres. We don't have leaders in northern Uganda. People only run for leadership because of petty issues. They are not looking at the bigger picture of what is supposed to be done in leadership. People go there, they throw themselves left, right, center, and when they are compromised or given money, they just back down and leaving us in dilemma. If I had known Honorable Jimmy James Akena was not going to be nominated, I was going to beg Lango to collect for me 20 million and I nominate myself as a presidential candidate for the national election. It is sad. In fact, our generation should not copy all this kind of nonsense. And then, personally, I've nominated myself as a mayor for Lira City. Of course, I will run alongside 8 men, which I pray that the women should really rally behind me. We need to keep the legacy of our foremothers, like Atad Cecilia Timogwal, who showed a very good legacy as a leader. And she was a beacon of leadership in Lao. I respect her. May her soul rest in peace. Women, let's rise up. Affirmative action has been given to us. So it means we have defied the affirmative action. Your Excellency, this is not a very good sign. We have put a lot of money on affirmative action. So which means we should just not concentrate on affirmative action because it's not delivering. Or they're trying to suppress us again because by putting 20 million like a presidential candidate, which means they have not considered women. Like in the culture of Uganda, women don't own nearly everything. They don't have rights to everything. But now for those ones who are empowered and they have some money, probably they are not interested in going to the highest whatever position in Uganda. So when shall a woman climb there? To the best of my knowledge, I know women are good leaders and they have better lobbying powers. So this could actually transform Uganda. The high level of corruption that we see now was done by men. So if we could have maybe probably a female president, and for me, my prayer, I want Akena to thank His Excellency for empowering women. You, Erika Gota Museveni. Probably after you, Your Excellency, which we still wish you well in your next 5 years. But after you, we pray for a woman to take over leadership. I know you will be peaceful living in a country led by a woman. We shall have no war, as it has always been because women don't like fighting. They only concentrate in what is ahead of them, and they actually they share the national cake equally. So for me, that is my disappointment. And next time, they should be considerate. The amount of money they will put for presidential. Probably these women fail to collect to raise the 20 million. Then two, Your Excellency, our country has gone to the underdog because when you need one signature and you need somebody's name, you must pay for it. This is where our country has reached. So if you pay for the collection of names and then you pay 20 million, you could have parted with more than a billion shillings just collecting signature. So 9,800 signatures would cost you how much if you're paying each at 5,000 probably. So this is very. I went through that when I was supposed to collect 100 signatures. I had to pay for that. So it is quite challenging for the ladies.
Uganda has prominent women who are seen as people who could really contest if really they wanted. But majority of them are serving in the current government. Don't you think they are contented with the position they are given? That's why they could not show up to contest.
No, I don't think. One, there is, women, they like shying down. They could not be, they're not contented, but they're fearing. Women are full of fear. They shy a lot. There is what we call inferiority complex. So they feel, I can't contest alongside President Museveni, who is my boss. Then probably Nandara Mafabi, you know how these people can manhandle women in parliament. You tell me which man will go and contest with Sem Junganda. The language, they feel scared of men. And men also like taking things, like that we are super men, or why we cannot be. No, but now I want to encourage men. These men have destroyed our country. We need to rise up against them, rise up and put things right.
Now
The
you
level of corruption has gone up. Finally, I was also in city council, but I managed to pick a nomination to contest with my mayor, who still wants to go back after messing up the city. So I don't think those women are contented, but they're just being bowed down by men. So there's nothing like we are contented. We are not. We even want to take that highest position in the country because we form the highest percentage of
so
the
which
population.
means for you are saying it is because of inferiority complex, which means opportunity has been given to women, but they have just failed to take up without
Exactly.
any reason.
Exactly. Exactly. Opportunity has been given to women. That's why I first thank His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He has moved to women up to the same level with men. But it's the women who are trying to run down. They're trying to shy away. Instead of coming up, they want to be pushed. We shall actually, if I had an opportunity to contest to go to parliament, we're going to amend the constitution. Women were supposed to only contest twice. The third time, you must go for directly elected position. You go and contest with men because we believe after 10 years, you're fully empowered. You can handle a man. What a man can do, even you can do. Because the empowerment is everywhere.
So are you trying to say that the strategies put in place to empower women are too much, that have made them to relax?
No, no, it's not too much. I told you it's fear. Actually, we have very many empowered women in Uganda. Tell me, I can sit in the presidential office and even handle, in my level as a councillor, I can handle things that Ugandans will even appreciate me for. So women are fully empowered. But these men who are trying to be there as leaders, they lack empowerment. That's why you see high level of corruption. You see misappropriation of government resources. There is poor monitoring of government projects. They swindle every other thing. So the high level of corruption and all this have been brought up by men because they lack empowerment. But when they put a woman there, Your Excellency, you have done a lot for the women. Put a woman in your position, she's going to handle very well. My biggest message to the women, let's style up, let's rise up. It is us to rescue this country. Our youth are not in good shape. They are not being mentored in any way. These men, sometimes you find them in hotels, you find them in bars, boozing, doing a lot of things. But the women, they are together with the men, with the youth. So it is us now to sit on the steering and steer the country. We are the ones who are going to rescue the future of our children. But if we leave it to these men, trust me, we shall crash with them.
You have talked about northern Uganda not fronting any presidential candidate.
Yes,
Whose fault?
it is our fault. Because first of all, we send people who are not serious. They just go into big things for their individual interest. They have conflict of interest. Tell me where Honorable Norbert Mao disappeared to, the old minister. Tell me where Honorable James Akena and why they refuse. They disappeared too. Probably they have been compromised. So all this time they have been playing games that we don't understand. This is very dangerous. And by the way, if they have been compromised or they have given them money, they should really bring that money to northern Uganda because we are lacking nearly everything. We are not there in the national cake, Your Excellency. I don't like this idea. People say President loves northern Uganda, President loves Lango. Normally, his first campaign is in Lango. It's not about campaign. It's about development and the national cake. So for me, I am not excited when the campaign starts from northern Uganda because that's just a campaign. So he comes here, make pledges, nobody follows up the pledges. It runs for 5 years without fulfilling the pledges, and next time he comes here to make a new pledges. So for me, I am discouraged in everything. That's why we need to jump in the steering and steer this country. So I'm not excited in anything that happens in Uganda.
Mm.
Yes. So if we keep sending wiseacres, we shall receive nothing from them. They will sit there, be compromised, and then we shall have nothing as a national cake.
We are going for presidential election. What should Ugandans opt for?
No, we need to opt for a leader who has a national character, somebody who embraces all the regions, not restricting themselves in one particular region. I can give an example of no. In the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, I don't know, I've forgotten the article, that particular clause. If a party does not appeal to every part of the country, then that party does not deserve to exist. It must have a national character. They must have representation all over the country, not a particular region. That is one. And then two, we need to have a leader who is visionary, taking the interests of the youth and women, not taking things for themselves. Because they are our future leaders and mothers, they actually embrace every situation that comes in the country. But probably I want to give some credit to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He has done this. If he had not been a good leader, he could have not steered the country for nearly 40 years without any kind of disturbance. Much as we had wars in northern Uganda, but he managed to contain it. So for me, I would pray we still continue for this 5 years. Let's give him a bonus. Eh? We need to appreciate him for really steering our country for 40 years nearly, and we are proud of him.
Mm.
Yes, but
Okay.
also I have seen the nomination. I think I need to give my analysis on the presidential candidates. Where I have seen the M's, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Nandala Mafabi, Maverizi, nearly about four, 5 people. Their names start with M. What has happened to the O's and the A's? Then I saw Chajo Sagulanyi, and then another person also with a K, and then the last one with a B. So even the candidates have not been spread over. So we are even Eastern Uganda is lacking. Much as Mafab is nearly there, but he cannot still convince us. So we are still there. So the M's have taken position. I think in 2031, we need to have the O's dominating the candidature.
Are you trying to split the country?
I'm not splitting the country, but let's all come together and we get the best of the best leaders that we have in Uganda, not from a particular region. Now tell me, like in northern Uganda, we don't have a candidate coming from northern Uganda. So for us, we shall only be receiving people coming to talk to us, which we even don't know where they're coming from. Probably the only person we know is President Museveni, who has been there for the last 40 years. So somebody we are seeing for the first time, how do we entrust him with the leadership of this country? So sometimes we feel good when you know somebody. You can at least try to vote for
I
that.
see you are trying to campaign for President Museveni.
I'm not campaigning. Actually, President Museveni has already won because as mothers we are behind him. Nobody should
And I
try.
think that is the reason why the mothers you are talking about did not contest.
No, that is not true. Because now we don't have a mother in the race. So definitely we shall go for President Museveni. That's why I have said he has already won because the nomination has already closed officially.
because
Supposed to close at 5.
because maybe the mothers are also thinking like you, that is
Me, I'm
leading
not
people
thinking
well.
like the mothers. I didn't know that we were not going to have representation from northern Uganda, or we are not going to, because women pick nomination. It's not that they did not pick. Women pick nominations, but they fail to meet the nomination criteria. I think that is where the problem it was. The criteria: one, 20 million; two, the two-thirds of the national population to support their nomination. I think that was quite taxing for
So
them.
the amount was reached because the Electoral Commission knew or thought that the candidates who are supposed to take the nomination form to contest for presidency should be capable, should also have resources. Do you think that shows that women are not really capable of
No,
contesting because they cannot afford the resources?
at the beginning I said women. You see, for us, everything in our homes are controlled by men. So probably a husband said, I cannot give you 20 million. No, we can't pick 20 million from our family and take it for domination. There is that kind of, suppression by men, even in the house, even outside in leadership. But you have to be a strong woman to stand by yourself. So probably something went wrong with the man in the house, or the men outside, or the economic crisis that we have in Uganda. The economy is hard. Much as the Minister of Finance always say there's money, but we're not seeing that money. We don't see it.
With all these challenges that women in Uganda are facing, how are you going to manage yours contesting for the mayor of Lira City? How are you going to manage?
That is a very nice question. So thank you so much. Before you go for war, you must analyze yourself. For me, I have been managing these men for the last 5 years, trying to put things right with them, but they're adamant doing things the wrong way. I have already analyzed myself. I know the mothers will mobilize them because we form the greatest population in Lira City. The mothers will mobilize themselves with or without money because they know the challenge women go through. Then they will vote for a mother who will cater for their needs and the challenge that they go through in the house and even outside in leadership. So we shall stand together as women with or without money and then challenge these men who has money. But of course, unfortunately, the money has been stolen. So women are not very good at stealing. So for us, we shall campaign and give our agenda and tell the people of Lira City we need change. In my regime, there will be nothing like wars fighting for whoever sold land, the fraudulent giveaway of land, the misappropriation, the corruption that we see in Lira City, that nearly 3.5 billion grew legs and did nothing in Lira City, the youth meat project, which actually pains. And these pains get back to the mother and the younger generation. You see, where there is bad leadership, people who suffer most are women and children.
What should be the role of women in the national politics of Uganda?
Women play a great role. The same role that men play in the national politics is the same role that women play. So you can't ask me what are the role of women? What are the role of men in the national politics? The affirmative action has put us in the same level. When it goes for appropriation, we are there. Whether it goes for oversight, we are there. Whether it goes for economic empowerment, we are there. Because there is nothing that can move in Uganda without a woman and a youth. Anything which is not appealing to women and youth is null and void. Doesn't work. And that's why the country has failed a bit, because they don't take our interests into consideration and the interests of the youth. The youth and the women will always try to push to find their levels to the highest position, which has been very difficult for them. But we shall continue. We shall not give up. We
Do
shall
you,
continue to fight.
do you see the future of women being in leadership, more women being in leadership of this
Yes, yes,
country?
yes. Even in 2031, if these women are not serious, for me, I will be there. Because we have to be there. And when you reach there, that's where it gives you an opportunity also to dialogue, to ask things. Like now, Northern Uganda, how are we going to dialogue with these people? because we have shown them we are not interested in leadership. So women, actually, I want to encourage them in the next 5 years, in 2031, we shall have more than 5 women returning the nomination form, including myself.
How sure are you?
Very sure. We shall continue with affirmative action, and the empowerment process must continue. We shall not give up. Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, we form the greatest population. If women could really get together and say, this time it is our time, 51%, tell me which man would. And another thing, men, they don't vote. They're not committed. They just ignore the election process. It is women who always go there to vote. So if women could really stand together with their fellow women, we are going to change this country. Even the leadership will change to a woman.
If you were president, what would you change?
A president of the Republic of Uganda.
Yes.
There are very many things to change. The system, the whole system is corrupted. We don't have a system in Uganda. The whole system that President Museveni is trying to use is a good person, but the people he works with are corrupt, and they have corrupted the whole system. I was going to change everything. First of all, begin by education. You look at how our teachers are crying. That is not basically on the teachers, but on our children. We're going to change the education system, the enrollment, how they manage the education, the staffing. We are going to improve on that. Then the health sector. There are a lot of things to be changed. But what is killing this country is corruption. Everything has gone down. People think of their own interest before the interest of the Wananchi, which is very bad.
Should we expect that in Lira City if you are elected?
Definitely. Definitely. We shall fight together. The teachers, once I'm the mayor, I will help you push for your enhancement. Because I've had teachers crying, doing this, nobody's bothered, including the members of parliament. What is all this? And for me, I wish I was the president. I was even going to reduce the size of parliament. How can we have 590 members of parliament doing a lot of nothing in the
But
house?
over the teacher's salary enhancement, they spoke about it.
And what
They
has
gave
changed?
their position.
Is it about speaking or changing what has gone wrong? We have 5 members of parliament. And by the way, I'm a workers' representative. If they cannot make that thing regionally, we're going to petition the office of the president and the office of the speaker, and we shall nullify those positions because they are not helping. We never had a workers' members of parliament coming from the north, and we have suffered here locally. We have challenges with employment, employees and employers, but there's nowhere to table whatever you're supposed to table. You fight with it as a councillor, and it ends there. This has been so painful. I'm still going to do that. And the workers' members of parliament, if you're watching, trust me, I'll petition the speaker of parliament and the president. We need to amend the constitution that created that particular that particular special interest group. It's not helping us. The youth is regional. The elderly is regional. What about the workers? So if it cannot be regionally, then we better get rid of it.
Okay. Your last message.
My last message, the mothers, let's rise up. And then we cannot afford to sing together with these men. We cannot afford to sing in a singing boat with them. We need to rescue them and get our country back to its original position.
Thank you for watching Lango News channel. Please subscribe for more updates.